of this was when people were getting on me? Of all the cynicism, of all the criticism, of all the things that I endured throughout the years, you know the biggest heat I've ever taken since I've been on First Take on ESPN? When I sat up there and said, stay off the weed. Duh. Man, it's due to seller. Because I said, people should stay off the weed. Because I was an opponent of marijuana use being legalized in the world of sports. Never mind the fact that I sat courtside for years. Never mind the fact that I saw a couple of athletes literally go to the scorer's table and wobble around, wobbling, literally, when a coach called the play because they were so high. Forget all that. Because 99% of them would never do that, have never done that. Those are only 2 instances I saw that in my entire career. But I saw it. That wasn't the reason why. I got family members that smoke weed. I grew up with boys in the neighborhood that smoked weed. I was never an opponent of weed. What I was an opponent of was weed use when it cost you your money. Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself. I mean, we got to strip me of my blackness right now. The shame of me as a black man to simply point out the fact that you grew up in a lot of instances, poverty-stricken, desolate and degraded, scratching and clawing and doing everything you could to get to where you are. And God forbid I sat up there and point out, yo, man, you don't need to be losing your money just because you want to smoke some weed. You had the discipline and the greatness of talent to get to this point. Don't blow it because you want to puff, and pass. It ain't worth it. And only when Snoop Dogg himself, my brother, called up to my radio show unsolicited years ago and said, quote, you ain't selling out, you looking out. When are these cats gonna get it? Was when people calmed down. When he took the liberty of explaining, Stephen A's my man. He ain't against people smoking weed. He's against it costing you your money. I said it 1,000 times, but y'all in here. Y'all in here. Until Snoop said something. Colin Kaepernick comes into the mix. I'm called to sell out then. Never mind that I said he was blackballed. Never mind that I said it was unfair. Never mind that I said he didn't violate any NFL bylaws. He didn't violate any laws in this land. As an American citizen, he had every right to take a knee. It was nonviolent. It did not interrupt the game. It didn't impede anybody's ability to enjoy NFL Sunday. I said none of that. I said all of that, rather. In defense of Colin Kaepernick, on First Take, on Good Morning America, on Fox News, on the Mark Levin Show, on the Sean Hannity Show, on CNN, on MSNBC, everywhere. But when I had the temerity to point out that since you want to come back into the league, now you've got to strategize better, I sold him out. I said all those things in his defense. Ladies and gentlemen, keep bringing up my team, Greg and Michael and Sherry and Terry, but my man Rashawn gonna smile when I bring this up. He was an eyewitness. Remember that? Remember we went to the radio station in New York City? Remember when Colin Kaepernick's team, led by his lady, God bless her, I'm not saying anything negative about her, Nessa, met with me directly, told me what their issues were, and I swore, you have nothing to worry about. Whatever you say to me, I will echo verbatim over the national airwaves. They wanted one team, to work out Colin Kaepernick. Jay-Z and the NFL got 26 teams to show up to watch him play. He didn't show up. Gonna change the location 2.5 hours before the workout, an hour and a half away from the original Atlanta Falcons facility, complaining about some waiver and got some people he want to work out without all the technical mumbo jumbo equipment they had available to evaluate him. After you were pushing to ask for a workout. Mind you, the workout came, or the workout was offered rather, after he had sued them and they settled with him. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all going back to a job that y'all sued and settled with? But to point out that obvious fact is anti-black. It ain't being down with the brothers. Folks, it's something else. Folks, it's something else. Chris Rock only said it once. He said, I love black people, but I hate. Why he say that? He might have stopped because real racists out there was using that as impetus to use against our very own people. But the initial impetus for him to say that was because of what we do to each other. We do it to each other. What happened to just disagreeing? Making a point. Saying why, without engaging in name calling and all of this other stuff, without questioning somebody's blackness. And for the record, I ain't just some damn black man. I'm a brother. I love black people. I love the way we look. I love the way we walk. I love the way we talk. I love the way we smell. I love the way we act, even when we mess up. We stink, ain't nothing that can't be resolved by a shower. We mess up, we overcome. Obstacles lie in our face, we adapt, we conquer. It's what we do. Didn't I say we? I ain't say y'all. I said we. I said us. Because I'm down for us. But it's stupidness that I ain't gonna tolerate. We do it to each other. That's why it's hard for us to acquire the level of respect we richly deserve. We got intestinal fortitude. We work hard. We strive for excellence. We push. We prod. We persevere. We overcome. We do it all the damn time. On this very podcast, LL hasn't succeeded. Snoop hasn't succeeded. Aretha Martin hasn't succeeded. Tanya Lewis Lee hasn't succeeded. Pinky Cole is going to be up on this podcast in a couple of days. She hasn't succeeded. Everywhere you turn. First Take. Want me to give you their names? Michael Irvin, Ryan Clark, Mark Spears, Swagoo, Kimberly Martin, Monica McNutt, Damian Woody, Keyshawn Johnson. List goes on and on. Black folks all over the place. Let me not forget Dave Roberts, my boss at ESPN. You got people out there, you know who the hell you are, talking about this brother like he everything but a child of God. You know how many black people he's hired? You know how many black causes he supported? HBCU week in Orlando. Raving success for the whole HBCU week team. Thousands upon thousands of scholarships generated. Millions upon millions of dollars invested. That don't happen without Dave Roberts. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith went, yeah, I want to be a part of HBCU week after my man Rashard McDonald brought it to me. With the fantastic job that's been done by Ashley Cooper and the Disney on the Yard team in Orlando and all of that other stuff. Don't happen without Dave Roberts. Doesn't happen. You got people out there talking about him. Barack Obama. He was just the president of the United States. See, we love him now. But when he was in office, he's not doing enough. Before that, when he was campaigning to win office, he had to give a speech on race because of his affiliation with the Reverend out in Chicago. And when he didn't say certain things, Or he didn't elaborate extensively as much as people wanted him to do. Black folks then were talking about, well, what's he supposed to do? He can't say this, he can't say that, because he's trying to get elected. But then when he got elected, you couldn't understand how he had to maneuver his way through that political terrain in order to strive to get things done. Make up your mind. Make up your mind. It never stops. Had a friend who I love dearly, and I've known for many, many years, literally called me to tell me she didn't agree with my take on Jerry Jones. Oh, Stephen, you know why he was there. You know why he was there. So what is a still picture of him just standing there? Why would he be there? So what? He was 14 years old. You know why he was there. Oh, by the way, could you get me 2 tickets to the Cowboys game? I mean, bump that. I mean, shoot, that ain't gonna stop me from enjoying the game. So you know why he was there, according to you. You got a problem with him. Racial insensitivity, if not racism, has to be raked all over his persona and his DNA. But I still want to go see his Cowboys. Really? Really? I don't have a problem with her position. I understand. I'm just saying, though. Could you understand why other people would find that just a tad bit hypocritical? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I got some more for you. I'm not finished. I'm just catching my breath for the moment.